Well, folks, we did it. Except not. Welcome to the final part of Metroid Other M.
A mission that will most likely be carried out in the next day or two.
And I want to blow it up. That's like my thing.
Now, I'm going to rescue something that was left there.
My car keys.
Something that can't be replaced.
Then how am I piloting my ship if it didn't have the keys?
No, that's my ship keys. I need my car keys.
So she says, like, there's a mission to destroy the bottle ship. Who's doing the mission? Who actually sets off the self-destruct? When? Why?
No, it makes sense. The government would blow up the bottle ship.
Well, no. I mean, I think Lewis is wondering who's going to carry out the mission. Well, I think the original plan, because Sam was kind of bringing this up earlier, when she first meets Melissa Bergman, that the Galactic Federation will probably just get a gunship and just nuke it to hell and back.
Yeah, who activated
but the ship
the
also
self-destruct?
has. As for why the self-destruct activates at the end of this sequence, fuck me if I know.
It's like, who activates the self-destruct, and why did they do it, even knowing that Samus was on board?
They probably didn't know Samus was on board.
Well, they're just like, they had to get on the ship to activate it. Her ship is not exactly inconspicuous. It looks like her goddamn helmet.
Maybe it was remote. Because I think, look, at this point, nobody should be in the bottle ship. It's completely devoid of life.
Samus is probably breaking a lot of laws here by doing this.
Yeah.
So, but hey, man, Adam's helmet, that shit's important, so...
Well, you know, there's no reason for her to sneak on here. She could just say, hey, you know, I kind of want to get Adam's helmet out of the control room. It's a sentimental treasure. Could you please escort me?
Honestly, considering who's left in the Galactic Federation, they'd probably be dicks and say no.
Yeah, I would say they probably wouldn't even outright deny it. So she's taking matters into her own hands.
For once in this game.
So what's annoying about if you want to 100% this game is that before doing this sequence right here, you have to go to every other power bomb wall in the game and find all the missing things. And then you have to come back here in order to finish the game outright. And that probably takes like at least an hour your first time to go and get
there is the general opinion that this part of the game feels the most like Metroid, but at the same time there's still a linear path to follow, and it takes you through the goddamn bomb doors. So yeah,
You got 4 heart pieces.
Honestly, I don't really agree that it feels the most like Metroid, because it kind of does, but it feels like the least fun part of Metroid. It's like, okay, I know that there's the final boss.
You have to wait until post-game to get everything.
Yeah, you know, there's the thing when there's usually a part in a Metroid game when you know you're at the final boss, and just in case you're going to go back and find everything. And that's not the fun part of Metroid. Like, you know, especially since so many of the games don't have warp points.
I think the reason people say that is because although you're going through the game in a linear fashion with a vaguely defined goal, your focus is on getting all the items on the way there without much fluff involved. So it feels more focused on exploration, even though the game is still linear as fuck, if that makes sense. Also, since you have everything, you don't run into cases where the game just stops you from doing something you should be able to do, which is the most offensive thing gameplay-wise that Other M ever does.
Yeah, at this point, every room is pretty much accessible.
Do you have to fight these guys in order to leave?
Yeah, I think
yes,
the
door
red
is locked.
light on the door is locked, yeah.
Anyway, these guys do a lot of damage, but they're, you know, dodge roll. It kind of goes without saying.
What gets me is that these things were, you know, the doors, they were all over the place during the main game. Why didn't MB just use them to murder kill everyone?
Shut up, Lewis.
MB's not very bright.
Oh, went the wrong way there, did you?
The right pathway leads to the closed off Sector 0. So I spent a little time finagling. You don't need to see that. No wait.
You went to the now non-existent entrance to Sector 0 and pressed F to pay respects.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
She's making fun of Call of Duty. There's a part at the beginning of one of the games where you're at a funeral and the prompt literally says on PC, press F to pay respects.
Ah, right, yeah.
F.
It's kind of like, you know,
Press a
X to
button.
Jason.
Press a button to feel sad.
Yep. As Lewis was getting at, press X to Jason.
My favorite version of that prompt is still Portal 2, where they give you a prompt that says, like, say apple, but it's the jump button, so when you press it, you jump.
All right, that's a jumping. That's not how you say apple. Say apple. Apple. Might have a minor case of severe brain damage.
Well,
One thing I don't think I could. One thing I would test if these things weren't so fucking erratic if a power bomb one-shots them after they've been revealed.
Well, can't you just plant one whenever?
The problem is that if you get hit while charging, you lose the charge.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, because power bombs are charged bombs for some reason.
Yeah,
instead of being
they
their
work
own
off
separate
charge
thing.
beam logic.
Well, that's fine. I don't. Again, you.
Yeah, it's fine.
No,
It's
the idea is fine. It's just a matter of every game made them their own separate thing up until this point, so a little inconsistent.
well, the only thing
The change makes them
more.
more limiting, really. So
Yeah, well, the thing I don't like is that if you get hit while charging, you lose the charge. So you gotta do it again.
Well, the power bombs are supposed to be Samus's most powerful weapon, though, is the thing.
Yeah, especially in this sequence right here.
limiting really is the major problem here. The gameplay mechanics are limited. The story is limited. Everything is so limited.
Bye. Oh shit, I gotta fight you.
Hold on, I'm coming back. Oh yeah, because you were trying to do one right there. I saw.
And fuck you guys.
It does seem like it's a one-shot to most things, though, because those are relatively
Yeah, it
big
pretty much
enemies.
kills everything one hit. Those two did die, but two more spawned.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey man,
You're
knock
not
it
supposed
off.
to be able to throw off my kill moves.
They're called kill moves for a reason.
So, the credits don't play right after that cutscene, right? Like, you have
the
to
credits
wait.
don't play after this sequence. Yeah, the credits. I technically skipped the credits after the end game, so I re-added them at the end of this part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just seemed more appropriate.
Yeah, but the game will keep on playing after the credits is over and bring you back to the bottle ship, though, right? If I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's also one of those invisible lizards here. That's why that keeps throwing me off. That's what I'm thinking. Is like, oh, okay, he's dead.
Nope.
Oh, no, that shit. The air is throwing up again.
Oh man. Where are you? There you are.
There you
Oh,
are.
well, with power bombs, I don't have to look.
Oh no, the power bombs are too dangerous. They'll destroy the facility if you use them, Samus. No power bombs.
So, like,
Shoulder pads.
First down, Samus.
I like how the shine spot, not the shine spot, the screw attack just instantly destroys those enemies, even though they look all tougher and armored.
actually made of styrofoam.
Sounds like they're made of styrofoam when they
No,
pop
you're
like
just getting
that.
the power bomb ready.
Yeah.
It does feel good to be able to do that, though.
Yeah, about time. Like, if they're going for the catharsis factor for power bombs and they fucking succeeded, but still don't agree with the unlock method, it makes Lewis sick.
Sorry, I couldn't get to my mute button in time.
Well, great, now we have to leave that in.
Why'd you bring mention to it?
I don't know. You're the one who did it first. Boom.
How long is this goddamn hallway?
You can't even use power bombs like this in the main games because you're only given like 4.
I mean, for as Dynasty Warriors brain dead as it is to actually play, having all of your abilities and being able to use them freely is pretty damn badass in this game.
Oh, seriously, fuck this thing.
Just die.
Why does it have stretchy arms?
Yeah, it does seem to be a one-hit kill on basically everything.
As it should be. They're power
Although-
bombs. Oh my god. Fucking
Why
hell.
there's freaking teleportals that spawn new enemies, I don't know. Use your science to explain that.
Well,
Thank you for letting me get that off.
wibbly wobbly, timey wimey, I guess.
Yay, we're not dead.
Yeah, we're finally done with the needlessly long hallway.
Well, those are the last mooks.
We still have to save to unlock the door.
Samus, our records show that you were in the bottle ship before it was about to be destroyed. Any explanation?
Sentimental
prove that.
treasure. Sentimental treasure.
Also, how the hell did Adam get all the way in here? Like, yeah.
Well, he wasn't in here. I think you find the helmet in the control room where he was at the beginning of the game. You just couldn't get to it until you.
Yeah, but Adam had
really
to go through
roundabout
all of this in order to get to that room. All right.
Well, that's
Probably
true, yeah.
not.
No,
but-
he's
And
Ted's right.
Fantoon
Ted's
out
right.
of fucking nowhere.
Hi.
The door that led to the room was locked, so you had to find another way through.
Hi, Fantoon. What are you doing?
This
Oh, you
is
just
a
shot.
random ass final boss.
You did just shoot through the glass there, for the record. Like, the missile went through the glass before it got broken.
Alright, so don't bother with missiles. There are so many fucking projectiles homing at you at once at all times. It just makes sense to use the charge beam.
They don't even...
AKA the go-to weapon for the entire fucking game.
Fantoon is just kind of sense move charge, you know,
Yeah.
over and over again.
I mean, I guess it was cool for them to bring back a boss that was unexpected, but the fight really isn't all that cool. Like,
It does make sense, I guess, thematically. Bottle ship is now a ghost ship.
Oh yeah, bottle ships come from shipwrecks. I mean, bottles come from
Yeah,
shipwrecks.
he's like, Fantoon loves bottles and wrecks and ships.
I don't get it.
So was Fantoon just kind of there in Super Metroid? Like, the space pirates were just like,
To be fair,
there's a,
yes.
there's a ghost
Yeah,
here. We're just
Fantoon
gonna...
was just another monster that was on Zebes for some reason.
Yeah,
Alright, I don't know what the void portals on the floor do.
don't step in them. They're bad.
Yeah, I guess, like, yeah, I guess there's ouchie ouches, but, you know.
Is this the music that plays when you fight him in Super Metroid?
No, this is just the Queen Metroid music again.
Oh, okay.
Can't even get his own remix.
Well, what music played in Super Metroid when you fought him?
Just the regular boss music.
Okay. Why don't you use the grapple beam, John?
Can I use a grapple beam?
In Super Metroid, you can.
You don't have the grapple beam by it. Oh, no, wait.
So,
well, yeah, yes,
You could. but
no, more like you should if you're going, like, the intentional way.
So, what's with the
when
wall
was the last time you
masters?
played the? When was the last time you played the intentional
I
way,
honest to
John?
God can't answer that.
What's with the wall masters?
They're
Yeah.
just mooks that
They're gonna
use
take you to the
summons.
beginning of the bottle ship, and you have
Yeah.
to backtrack all the way
God
back.
damn it. Listen, can you drop me off to the control room first? Yeah, at this point, I find I do the go-to strategy because I've been here
But
long
you know,
enough.
it's really fortunate for the Federation that Samus decided to come to the bottle ship today, because like this thing can survive in space. So if Samus wasn't here to lure it back in and then kill it, it would have flown away. And
Well, if it would, well, they were gonna blow it up today anyway, so it probably would have got killed by the explosion.
or it would have flown away.
Oh,
Maybe
shit,
it
I
was
got it.
flying away. It saw Samus through the window and was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna kill that bitch first."
You did it. You killed the thing that just happened to be here.
The grapple beam thing just came out like I heard a noise. Is something wrong?
Oh, Fantoon just left? Oh, I love him. I wanted his autograph. It's such a random extra boss. Like, I guess they assumed that you needed something to fight in here, but it's just like, okay, it doesn't really... Fantoon doesn't thematically have anything to do with anything that's been going on at this point.
Also, Fantoon is kind of like an alien ghost or something. How would they find genetic samples of that on Samus's armor?
I don't know. Because actually, now that you say that, that's how they both cloned the Metroids and Ridley.
How would they find genetic samples of the Metroids on... Oh, wait. No,
They
there's the
already...
baby.
Well, Fusion established that they still had cell cultures from the Ceres station. though, because they use that to make the Metroid vaccine. Oh, you
Well,
actually...
yeah, from that, yeah. I'm talking about in the context of other, they say that they were able to replicate Metroid's end really because of shit that was on Samus's suit. It's kind of gross.
Cool.
Yay, another missile tank after you beat the final boss.
At least it's a round number now.
After you beat the final boss.
John doesn't care about whatever tank he... Oh, wait, no, he does.
You just realized too late that you had just jumped past, okay.
Another missile tank. Great,
Aw,
now it's
damn it.
31.
After you beat the final boss.
Now we have to find 9
What
more.
are you going to use these missile tanks for?
What, you guys only got numbers?
No, not really.
I mean, I'd say for the inevitable escape
it's a
sequence,
prime
but...
number, but...
I mean, I'd say for the inevitable escape sequence, but you're in the Zero suit for that, so...
Yeah, it looks like Adam would have to go through all that just to get to this room. Granted, I don't think the elevator was busted just to get here, so...
Yeah, he kind of just took the elevator and walked through the doors like a normal person. Samus ain't normal.
Why didn't he wear his helmet, though, while trying to get to Sector 0?
Now, I thought long and hard about why Samus needed to run away in the Zero suit rather than just putting her armor back on and blasting through everything. But then I realized it would be kind of hard to hold the helmet under her arm if she only had one arm that she had a hand for.
Samus is the worst at
But
rock
she
paper.
has a stun pistol that you can use in the escape sequence.
Samus is
Yeah.
the worst at rock, paper, scissors, because she can only do rock.
So the point stands. Her not having the suit for this escape sequence is dumb.
You see, Adam, why can't... Oh, wait, his communicator was broken, which they never tell you.
Still have the helmet on for safety.
So
Not my
dramatic.
husbando. Alert! Alert!
You're right. I don't care.
Now,
so we've got our
apparently,
escape
at some
sequence.
point, being able to play as Zero Suit Samus became some kind of special feature in Metroid games.
Well, it's in Zero
Well, this is only the
Mission
second
and
time
this
they've ever done it.
Yeah, they've never really brought it back.
Well, there's Zero Mission, and now suddenly, like, we needed to make Zero Suit Samus her own character in Smash, and then
Well,
there was this.
I don't know. I guess the Zero Suit Samus and Smash thing always just felt to me like they wanted more Metroid representation, but there aren't any other characters. Because no, Ridley shouldn't be in Smash Brothers. Okay, there.
Well,
She's too
in
damn
Smash,
big.
they wanted to do something cool with her super attack at first.
Yeah, but then they...
Well, people wound up wanting to play as Zero Suit Samus by default. So,
Well, you can in Brawl, you just have to hold a few buttons.
yeah.
But
But if you get a Smash
A
Ball
little
Zero
less
Suit
convoluted,
Samus,
yeah.
you get your suit back for some reason and become lower tier.
Yeah, the downside to that was Zero Suit Samus didn't have her own Final Smash. Her Final Smash was just to become regular Samus.
Which is
So-
why the Smash 4 Final Smash is way better, because you summon the gunship and it's awesome.
Well, they made her a separate character in that one.
Yeah.
yeah. Which is honestly just the way to do it, even if it does make less quote-unquote sense.
I do like the slide.
I don't know why shooting a gate makes it go up.
I don't know, man.
This is a Metroid game. Why does shooting the door make it open? Yes, I know there's a lore explanation. Shut up, I don't care.
Why, seriously though, why can't she just turn her suit back on? There's no real good reason not to.
Gotta make it tense.
The giant flashing lights,
Well, I mean,
blaring
if
siren
we were
and
going
music
by
don't do that.
if we were going by Smash Brothers logic, Zero Suit Samus is actually faster.
Yeah, but Samus has the
We
speed
have speed booster.
I think that's why the gates are here.
Also, you really can't slide like that far, especially on metal. Like you
Tell
just
that
kind
to
of
Sonic
stop.
the Hedgehog.
You kind of
Bitch,
just
we
stop.
have bird people in us.
Okay, then why can't Samus fly off the ship then?
Well, no, that's ridiculous. And also, we're holding onto a helmet. God.
Oh yeah, we can't flap our arms if we're doing that.
No, wait. I guess we could form some talons on our feet.
What the fuck?
He jumped into the fire.
And the reaction to this is to bounce off like a platformer hero hitting spikes? Okay.
Ay. You see, these...
Control at this point is robbed from the player.
These... Wait, really?
Yeah. That's twice. They did that 2 times in this game. That one's right there, and one is earlier when you're on your way to the Queen Metroid room. They take control away from you like a good 10 seconds, and you're just running in a straight line. It's like, what the fuck's happening?
Yeah, we had like 2 minutes to spare. That's nowhere near as dramatic. If we're going typical action movie style, he has to leave with like the last second available.
Also,
Yeah.
there's no real reason for smaller explosions to be happening for a self-destruct sequence. The one big explosion should be enough.
2 minutes to leave, but she leaves just as it's exploding anyway. It's kind of like the Mako reactor at the beginning of Final Fantasy VII. You probably have 5 minutes left, but it explodes the moment you walk out the door.
Well, maybe she had to warm up the engine to her ship, you know.
In the reunion mod set, they actually fixed that somewhat by making the timer 5 minutes long instead of 10. You still have plenty of time, but it's a little bit more believable when it explodes on your way out.
Your rate for completing items is not good enough, nerd. Wow,
No,
that's pathetic. Damn.
No, Samus said, "Well done."
Damn. That's 33. Even I did better than that.
Project M, the Smash mod.
There, you'll never
what
play
a-
that
what
ever
a-
again.
Yeah, what a disappointment of a game, just all around.
So why don't you go first?
And that basically sums up my thoughts. Just,
No, I'm putting you on the spot, motherfucker.
Okay, just the gameplay is stilted and unrefined. The story, as we've all know, is just completely awful. The art direction isn't very good. Just, it's had the potential to be a lot better. It just isn't. And the sad part is we can trace most of this back to actually Nintendo and not Team Ninja on this one. So it's a weird situation. So I never go back to this. I kind of hoping this is the last time I ever really have to talk about it. Because just basically now with Zero Mission and Samus Returns basically taking the replacement route of 1 and 2 for the NES and Game Boy, there's zero reason to ever play this game. Every other Metroid game's better than it, so yeah.
Yeah. Now, can I just take a moment right now to appreciate the grungy texture on Samus's helmet during the credits? Where was that during the actual game?
It was there in the Super Metroid flashback, from what I remember.
Huh.
Yeah, that would have been a nice little detail. Like the suit got grungier as the game proceeded.
Yeah, like something like the way Prince of Persia handled the prince's outfit, how he got steadily more beat up and torn up as the game went on.
The bat suit in the Arkham games.
Yeah. Well, I mentioned Sands of Time because I think it was the first 3D game to actually do something like that. Or one of the first.
You know,
I remember people talking about it like it was a cool feature anyway.
We've talked basically about every issue we've had. It's just... What bothers me is that, you know, even with all of its missteps, this is still not anywhere close to the worst game I've ever played. Like...
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
for
it's
sure.
a lot of people act like it is, which it kind of bothers me. Like, I get that the story's not good and it's a massive disappointment, but it's not. It's not like it will hurt me to play this.
There are a lot of bad games, and people don't care about them because they don't have a reason to. When there is a bad or disappointing game in a franchise that you care about, it's going to hit you harder.
Yes.
That's why.
Yeah, of course. But, you know, even still, I think that, like, among the ranks of, like, Spyro and the Dragonfly or the infamous, like, or really infamous things like Sonic 06.
It's not the worst disappointing game in a good franchise to ever happen. So
it's to me it's just that what works here, the fact that there's so much that does shine through and could have been phenomenal had been done right. That's what bothers me more than the fact that we got a subpar game. It's that this game didn't have to be that way. It could have been amazing.
Yeah.
And what we got was just like, eh. it's forgettable.
Yeah.
So
I think a large part of why people hate Other M so much is that, even when it was active, Metroid as a franchise wasn't one that we weren't always necessarily sure was going to continue endlessly. And considering Nintendo was steadily sliding back into just over-relying on one or two franchises at that point, the fact that we got this game that seemed to have killed off Nintendo's interest in making more Metroid games stung a lot.
Which is to me why this stings harder than, because people will call it the Sonic 06 of Metroid games. To me, this stings harder than...
Well, we always knew there was going to be another Sonic game after that.
That's exactly my point. Up until... Sonic games have always been pretty fucking much one a year. Spin-off or otherwise. Metroid, you had Super Metroid in 94. Fusion and Prime in 2002.
You had a good 5 or 6 years where we were getting a lot of them.
Yeah. But then after Prime 3, we went 3 years of nothing. I think it was 3 years.
Which is fine. That's normally what Nintendo franchises do.
And then you come back with this, and it's...
And then you get nothing for 7 years.
Yeah.
6.
Well, 6, yeah. As much as Federation Force does a thing. Yeah, it's a thing.
Yeah. So... Yeah, granted, that you got your frickin' Metroid back, you babies... So, maybe...
Oh, Ted, you'd be the same fucking way if it was Pikmin.
No, okay, look, I had to wait...
In fact, I hope one day there's a... I hope there's a Pikmin motherfucker.
We have that. It's called Hey Pikmin, dude. And I'm sitting here being like, all right, that's fine. It's not a great game.
All y'all motherfuckers still have got nothing on me with F-Zero.
Hey, Pikmin at least has the good grace to happen while we know that they are at least working on another proper Pikmin game in the background while Hey Pikmin is happening.
I also waited 7 years between Pikmin 2 and Pikmin 3, all right? So I'm familiar with that with waiting for stuff.
Fuck you, I'm on 14 for F-Zero.
Nobody cares, Ryan. Shut up. I'm just saying, I know what it feels like to wait. So you've got your Metroid back. Maybe...
I have a little series for you. It's called Wipeout. It's really good.
Oh, you mean that TV show?
It may not have characters like Captain Falcon in it, but it's mostly a cool futuristic racing game.
Excuse me, I'm still waiting for another goddamn Onimusha game.
Yeah, but nobody likes that franchise, John.
What? What was that?
Nobody likes that franchise.
Oh, fuck you.
Capcom doesn't like any of the franchises besides Street Fighter and Resident Evil these days.
Yeah.
There was a Onimusha mobile game, though, John.
Onimusha just kind of dropped off the face of the planet after Dawn of Dreams, didn't it?
Yeah, and that was 2006.
Yeesh.
That's still more recent than the last F-Zero game.
Yeah, I know, but Onimusha's better.
Fuck you.
I'm sorry, it's just fact.
I want Trauma Center. I've been waiting since 2010.
It's weird. It's weird in Dawn of Dreams' case because wasn't Dawn of Dreams the start of some new story branch?
Yeah. It had ties to the original trilogy by means of something else.
I was like, they started something and then they just sort of forgot to continue it. Like me with every time I plan some YouTube project.
Hey,
Don't be a Lewis. I think that's the moral of the story here.
So on the bright side, Prime 4 is at least coming.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's a great game.
Until that game ends up being the most disappointing Metroid game ever because there's no Ridley in it or something. I don't know.
There's gonna be a Ridley. Don't even joke about that.
No, bring in Kraid instead. Freaking overblown, stupid space pterodactyl.
Or we can compromise. You know how Slogra and Gaibin and Symphony of the Night teamed up? Have Ridley carrying Kraid. It'd probably be a heavy, Kraid's probably a heavy motherfucker, to be fair. Ridley's struggling the entire battle.
No, Ridley just drops Kraid on Samus.
Yeah,
I'd rather have the Gonk droid back. That's the hero this franchise deserves.
Oh man. So I guess next Metroid game is
probably Prime 2.
Well, can we skip Prime 2 and just do the good Primes instead?
No, Prime 2's not a bad
Prime
game.
Prime 2's fine. I just don't like the planet.
Well, if you'd rather do a different Metroid game, then just do it. It's not like we've done this series in order.
But I did Zero Mission already.
Yeah.
We've done Fusion. We've done Prime 1. We've done... Oh, yeah, I guess it's either Prime 2
or Prime
or Samus
Pinball,
Returns,
the game that everybody wants to see. The next Metroid game is officially going to be Prime Pinball.
Well,
thank you and good night.
You know, they did.
Only,
they
no,
did.
Ted,
they did,
only if we get Donnie involved.
They did release Prime Hunters on the Wii U.
John hates
Yeah,
Prime
point.
Hunters. That's like his least favorite Metroid game. Okay, John, Prime Hunters or Other M?
At the risk of pissing people off on the rem.
I knew it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I know that's like heresy to a lot of people, but I cannot stand Prime Hunter's control scheme. It cramps my hand something fierce.
Just use your Kid Icarus
Are the
Uprising
controls
stand.
better on the Wii U version? That's a good question. What are the controls like on the Wii U version?
Well, it's the same controls. You'd have a bigger touchscreen, so I guess that the cramping wouldn't be as big of a deal. But the gamepad's also a lot heavier. And
True. Holding that with one hand for an extended period of time, no, thank you.
yeah, if you go and use the Kid Icarus Uprising stand, though, Prime Hunters is a lot less pain in the ass to play. Although I have no idea where that thing is at the moment, so I couldn't really test that right now.
We could always do a playthrough Federation Force.
You know what? I do want to do that one day, like a 4-player
Next
playthrough.
next con visit.
Oh,
Federation.
no.
We have we've already said that for like 5 different games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but we're actually gonna do it this time. Listen, we couldn't finish Harmony of Despair. We got to make it up somehow.
Yeah. Okay.